beautiful people. Are you looking for more ways to be more productive this year? Devan and I, we are resurfacing some productivity hacks so we can maximize our day. Oh snap! Did y'all see that? It's raining and lightning outside. But we're resurfacing like 5 tactics to be more productive so we can get twice as much work done. So let us know, as you are listening to this live, let us know like some hacks that you are using personally to be more productive in your day, so we can learn and share it, and we can just kind of share ways to be more productive so we can optimize our time. So if you don't know me, hello, my name is Zay Faith. I am the business friend, and this is my amazing, beautiful, handsome uh, life partner, business partner, soul partner, all the things, Devan the Connector. And like I said, pretty much today we're going to be talking about 5 tactics that you can try. Just try it for a week and to see, if it helps you be more productive. So, Devan, do you want to start us off?
Yeah. So I don't know if you already touched upon it, but like, if you're an entrepreneur, put one in the comments below, like just to start this off, like, because I mean this is for everyone, but we're specifically for entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs are definitely people we're always looking for ways to like really stay productive and get the most out of our time, because we love to juggle stuff around and think we can just do everything all at once. It doesn't really work like that. We get to do things in a very in alignment, in a nice flow state. And I had to overcome that barrier myself. Guys, I was all over the place. Let's just say that. And one of the first things that allowed me to kind of make that kind of step forward in improving, getting 1% better every day, is setting clear goals. All right? Setting clear goals. All right? That's number one, setting clear goals. So like, by setting clear, specific and measurable goals, like I was able to, and even Zay as well, like we was able to stay focused and like avoid wasting tasks that's not even related to our vision. It's not related to our mission. It's not related to like the long-term objective of what we're actually trying to achieve. So therefore, it was pointless. Like, why would you want to live your life and you tried to seize the day, but you're seizing the day in the wrong way, because it's not moving you forward. It's just holding you back. So yeah. So that's the first one.
Yeah, well, yeah, I want to hit on that too. Being clear, like for me, like, so one thing that Devan and I, we were going live and we were telling y'all, go ahead and pre-plan 2023 before we get into 2023, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing that, we did that, as far as being clear, like not only did we put the goal, but we also like broke it down. So, because our common goal really is, our business goal. Well, one of our common goals, right? We have other goals, but like one that, really boosted my confidence coming into this year. And even just like you said, staying focused and not being distracted, is so we wrote down how much money we want to net this year, right? And the most powerful thing about this in life, it's a spiritual thing. And one of the principles, I don't know if it's a principle, but one thing that they always say, you ask and you shall receive, right? So we're not just being hopeful and wishful anymore. We put the number up we put the number up, and we literally said, okay, well, based on all of our current, like our income producing activities in our business, like the things that we currently do, and just some things that we already know that we are going to cross or inject into our business, like this is how much we can see. This is just our plan, our plan. We already know like there's something bigger than us, but we gonna ask and we gonna demand, like, this is what we want from our business. And just based on this, I'll say one of our affiliates, right? we help people have better focus, energy, and sleep. And so for people who really want better focus, like we know, like, okay, if we get for this month, if we get 100 new customers this month, or if we get 25 partners to who we can, or talk to other entrepreneurs who want their community to have better focus. Like we literally were breaking it down that clear. So if any free challenge comes up on social media and I'm like, oh, that's a good topic, do I want to jump on this challenge? It's like, yeah. Or do I want to go deep with our current coach? Because we hired a coach last year. Actually, we had 2 coaches last year, but we really was like, nah, like, let's be super clear. Like, yeah, that this is a great community, but the community and based on our vision and our goal, like, let's only have one coach this upcoming year, right? And because let's maximize on that community and those resources. So when we say being super clear, like, I mean, being faithful and being hopeful, but that works in alignment with our spiritual beliefs, because I mean, we don't really know how the numbers gonna plan out, but if we work towards that goal and we're saying, okay, this is the vision for like our affiliate program, for example. Okay, so what are the activities? So every day we're waking up, we know what we're doing, we know what we're talking about. It's not oh, what do I gotta do today? It's like, oh no, we have a masterclass this week, we have a summit coming up, we have we need to put this this lead magnet, we need to put this book out in order to generate the activities. But it's just super specific. So I mean, and we can actually do something like, if you want us to really break down, I mean, I'm super proud of us because we were not playing. Like, it literally took us like an entire day and a half, I want to say, because we like did it, and then the next day
it was
we
mad.
actually went back and like was like, okay, is this what we doing? And even yesterday we had a coaching session with our coach. And she even like tweaks our plan again. But with that being said, like, we're super clear. Like, so and it just also, it gave us even more confidence, because when you can see what you're doing, you can see where you're going, you show up a different way. You just feel a different way about yourself and your business, and like, just be super clear. And even like, there is one piece, like, we're working on our high ticket offer, and so we still are tweaking it, but because the path to the high ticket offer, it's so clear. It's like, okay, well, whenever we get to that part of the road or whatever, we have enough confidence because we have enough information right now. So I'm just saying all that to just really let you know, like, clarity is step number 1. If you're not clear, and again, it's not like, oh, I want to lose weight, right? Because if you lose a pound, you met your goal. You have to be so specific and be like, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds and I want to be at 15% body fat. I don't know, I'm just making this up. Be that specific. Okay, that's what I want to look like, right? Okay, so how am I going to do that? Okay, I'm going to do a 30-minute workout, a high hit workout 5 days a week. And because not only are you like giving yourself the steps to get to that goal, you are also keeping yourself accountable. Like, even for Devan and I, like, we're like, okay, we need to have 12 discovery calls every single week, right? And so if we don't hit our 12 discovery calls, whether it's through potential clients or whether it's through other joint venture partners with other relationships that we can grow our business with, then we know, like, we are probably going to be off our number at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, and maybe at the end of the year. So that means either we figure it out now and do like the weekly check-in now, the key KPIs, key performance indicators in our business, but it just keeps us accountable and it just keeps us on track. So being clear, you get to know, like, what is the outcome? And it doesn't, but what is the outcome? And I love to tell this story. I'm gonna just tell it. Devan, for y'all, for people who do not know, yes, we are business partners, but we are also in an intimate relationship. Like, that's my boo. Y'all know that. But I literally manifested him like to the T. Like he is exactly what I wanted in a partner. And I know this is like a business call, but I'm being real. Like this happens to me, and I gotta stop playing with it. I manifested the man, and then like one day when we were talking, I think we had been dating for like a couple months or a year or so, and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember the moment that I wanted you, like I created you in my mind, and then you came, and he like literally the perfect match. Like it's crazy how perfect he is for me. But then I was like, oh man, like I wanted a millionaire too. And I was like, man, I can't believe I forgot that detail. But that just goes to show, like, even though I love making money, like money is not my I'm not money hungry. Like, you know what I mean? Like my life, and y'all can see I'm very simple, but my life isn't like about money, but like it's fun to me. I love to talk about it. I love to create it. I love to whatever. But when I realized, oh my gosh, like I literally manifested the partner to do life with, but I'm like, dang, babe, I wanted you to be a millionaire already. But it's so cool, like because he is the man of my, what you call me, his twin flame. Like he has like he has that billionaire mentality, that millionaire spirit. So we building our wealth, we building our legacy together. So maybe that's more for fun and fulfill life and more adventurous story. I probably would have been bored if, you know, I had him as a millionaire, because then that would have been his stuff, and then that would have been a whole different journey. So the fact that we get to create it together, you know, everything works out in our favor. But step number 1, set super clear, specific, and measurable goals. And I would also say, like, you know, also romanticize in your goals, in your vision, in your, you know, don't play too small, because I think like that's another thing that we realized. Like we've not hit a couple goals because it didn't allow us to stretch. It was kind of comfortable, right? And so it's like, oh man, we were off on that goal, but you know, don't play small. Like, you know, if you are partnered with the source, like anything is possible. Anything is possible, yeah, and just be super specific about those goals.
Yeah, because I mean, we all have a mind. We're all told that like, our mind can do anything. Anything's possible. Anything's possible with your imagination. You know, we know these things. We're told these things, but we don't get clear on what that looks like in our lives.
Right.
And literally, we had a Unleash Your Vision workshop last month. And one of the powers of Unleashing Your Vision was clarity. Right? One of the superpowers. So it's like in any vision that we're striving for, that we wanna really put our all into, any goal, any mission, any vision, there has to be clarity. There has to be specific and measurable goals around that. And it also talks, and now with the clarity, that actually moves into number 2, which is prioritize your tasks. Because in the last live we did, we talked about our 2023 priorities, right? But we talked about that because that is something that when we put together, that allowed us to be more productive in our actions. And so prioritizing your task, what we did is, what I would mean is making a list of all the tasks you need to complete this month, this quarter, this week, this day. Prioritize them based on importance and urgency, because any goal is going to require some level of urgency, some level of immediacy, you know, from you. And you can't be too lackadaisical unless you're going to a spa, then that would make sense. You know, but you're not going to a spa most of the time with your goals. That's not what you're doing. So you need urgency, you need immediacy. And this is something that's going to help you stay organized and focused on what's more important. Because literally, we have so many tasks that we could do.
Yeah.
But we need to. This needs to be like when When the vision's clearer, the schedule needs to be even clearer as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, this is priority 1 within the day. Mm-hmm. This is priority 2. This is priority 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're starting off, just use 3 priorities for the day. That's all you need, because that will actually set the tone for your day. Whatever you prioritize is going to set the tone for your day. You know, and
I do want to say, I'm not going to go deep on it, but I do want to say when you prioritize, and so again, because your goals are so clear, like, yeah, it is ideal to have up to 3 priorities for the day, but even if you just, the journey is also about making progress. So even if you have like the biggest priority for the day, because I was telling the band, like, sometimes I feel like, you know, we've been like not making a lot of progress is because we have like 8 things on our day and they're all important. But I'm like, what if every day, like, you know, Sunday, because we work Sunday through Thursday and a little on Fridays, but what if we have like that one task for the day that we knock out? And boom, okay, then we can go to the second priority, then we can go through the third priority, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then by the end of the week, we done got at least 5 priorities. Maybe we didn't get 15, but at least we got 5 major priorities for the day. I mean, for the week. And so, and you never know until you actually do it. Like, there's some, when it comes to like different admin things on my list, like I always project that, because, you know, you got to call the people, got to be on the phone, you got to wait to that. So in my mind, it always going to be like an 8-hour thing for that. But sometimes, like, I call and I get right through it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, now let me go to priority 2, right? And so that's why it's good to have an idea. Okay, boom, after I finish that task, then I definitely need to get to this task. But even if you just have that one priority for the day, not only is it going to it frees me up emotionally, like, okay, boom, this is the one thing we got to do today. Okay, let's go. Right, but don't give yourself too much space to where you're like, oh, that's the only thing I gotta do. I can wait all day to do it. No, like, start as early as you can, get as much as you can done, and just like chip away at the task. And also make sure when you are prioritizing, the most important, the most income producing, the most priority task thing, because what you don't want to do is, you know, I mean, and it really just depends on what works best for you. Like, some people say start with the hardest thing first, but then some people say, you know, do a lot of the smaller things and then do the hardest thing. So you really just got to figure out what works best for you. But whatever it is, like, I would say start it as early as possible, do as much as you can, and then, you know, trickle it throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? But focus on the most important, your A priorities. If it's like, oh, this is important, but I still got 2-3 weeks, that should not even be on your day.
Exactly. And you want to be intentional and attentional to it as well. Like, so when you prioritize a task, when you even schedule, even block out a time, like time blocks, you get to be intentional, and you get to, and when you put more attention on that intention as well, when you put more attention onto the task, you're going to be more productive by as a byproduct, literally, because you're going to be so immersed in the task that you probably even get it done faster than you thought. You know what I mean? So explore that.
Yeah. Number 3 is to delegate. Y'all, this is my favorite. Like, if I had my ideal job, it would be a professional delegator. Well, probably my second.
They is forever delegating, I swear down.
I am a master delegator. Like, it's my favorite thing. I love to give other people things. But the funny thing is, I remember my old job, when people would like hand me papers. I don't know if I like something's going on up here, but like, I would be like, please don't hand me papers. Maybe it was a germaphobe thing too. Like, don't be giving me your papers. Like, I don't know. But I love to delegate. I love to like say, oh, you're really good at this, you should be doing this. Oh, you're really good at that, you should be doing that. And I mean, come on, let's get through the thing. So number 3 is delegating. And so also going back to number 2, actually, I feel like all these tasks, they build on each other. So if you're really clear about what your goal, like, I know for me, technology takes me a while. It's a learning curve. So I just feel like by the time I learn it and execute it, like, bro, what I'm really great at just finishing things or like being in front of people. I used to fight that because I used to want to be in the back, but it's just one of my strengths. So like, in business, definitely this is an activity that we're always doing just to make sure we are staying on edge with our strengths and where we want to work. Like there's some things that Devan like to do. There's some things that I like to do in business, right? Like I love to organize. I love to like, like, kind of prioritize things. And Devan, he's super great at email and copy and doing more tech stuff. Right. For me, it takes me a while. Like if I have to send out an email, it might take me 4 hours. Right. And it's like Devan could have sent out 20 emails in that, in that time. So it's like so learning what are your strengths? What are your strengths? Like what do you like what's natural to you? What do you like to do? But then also like and not everybody. So I will say we're super fortunate to be able to do business together. But another thing that we did last year was we hired a VA. So there's something that like tasks where we may do the front end of it, but she has to execute it. Like, for instance, like one thing we will be having her do, like we come up with all our email copy or, a lot of our content, but she's going to start putting it out. Like she's going to be the person like putting it out into the groups and putting it out, like in the Facebook groups and then like on the email and stuff. Like that's going to be her just doing the task. Like we don't need to be doing that because we need to be creating content. We need to be in front of people. We need to be like having our thinking time of where we're going to go next. And so one of the notes that we have here is, as an entrepreneur, it's easy to feel like we have to do everything ourselves. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I have to do everything, but I will say there are certain things where I am a little controlled because I feel like I can see it better, or I just know like I like things a certain way. But like, for instance, one of my strengths is organizing. And like we have our VA and she's like doing a lot of our one of our drives where we put all of our stuff. But I had to let go of the control of how she organized. Like that's her system. So I don't get to go in there, and again, organization is my thing. Like I'm super organized, but she has her own little system, but it's not my system. Even Devan, like I just don't understand his system, but it's new to him, right? But I get to let go of control and go and organize something else or go and put my attention somewhere else, especially if I chose to delegate the task to them, right? So but delegating tasks to others can free up our time and allow us to focus on tasks that we only can do. Like we know that any of us can organize our drive, right? But our virtual assistant, she can't come and do these videos. She probably could, but that ain't her job. Like that ain't what she signed up for. That ain't what she's doing. So like we get to be, in front of people, like, connecting people. We're great connectors and really pushing our mission forward, being more impactful in the marketplace. So delegating is huge. And again, like if it's just you, one of the best things that our coach showed us to do was hire a virtual assistant. And even her, like doing a lot of the technical things, like a lot of our pages and stuff that we're putting up, she does all that. And so that frees up us time to where we can create content, where we could, be strategizing the business and so on and so forth. So delegating, hire VA.
Yeah, and it also allows us to be strong in our strengths. You know what I mean? Like leveraging our strengths. So it's like if we're weak in one area, why not delegate that task to someone who's strong in that area?
Yeah, because she's great at
Because that can frees up your mind. It frees up your whole being. Because you still wanna be able to not only work authentically but work, again, as I said, productively. Like this is literally about being productive. Productive means like it gets to be done in a rigorous way, but it also gets to be done with less resistance. It doesn't even have to. It doesn't. In all we do, there doesn't have to be so much resistance, but we allow the resistance because either maybe sometimes we're in a space where you have to do it by yourself, or we don't know that we don't have to do it by ourselves. So we're somebody creating the resistance. But if we really get time out and just understand that, okay, there is someone that can actually do this task better than me. Let me just ask. Oftentimes we just don't ask. Like, who is good in this area? And what are you willing to do to get your time back in order to use your strengths in the right way. That's going to serve you and serve the whole goal. You know, so yeah.
So the next one, the fourth thing we can do is to stay organized. This is my favorite one, y'all. I love like just neatness and cleanness and just things that make sense and things that go in order, whatever. A cluttered workspace can be a major distraction and hinder our productivity. Take some time to organize your workspace and create systems for staying organized. Absolutely. From your calendar, from like days of the week. So like for me, everything has to make sense. Like even to the point to where like if your workspace is cluttered, like if you see something on your desk, your mind is automatically going to go like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do this. So having I keep nothing on my desk except for my devices that I'm working on, maybe a drink and my calendar. And sometimes even like when I'm actually in a task, I have to take that off because my eyes will wander and be like, oh, I got to do that other thing. Nope. Let me close it. This is the one thing that my brain can focus on. But being organized for me, even in my personal life, like in my room, like the band was so funny. Like when he was here, I don't know if it was the last time or the time before, but we were really wanting a snack. Like we wanted something sweet. And he was like, babe, you sure you ain't like got a snack just hidden somewhere? And then I looked at him and then he was like, oh, never mind, because everything has a place. I guess I say that a lot. And so like I knew I didn't have no snacks. He knew I didn't have no snacks because I keep my snacks in one place. And it goes in the same place on the counter.
Top shelf on the right, you know.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I got snacks over here, snacks in the fridge, snacks. I mean, and if it is in the fridge, it'll be in that one section. Why my brain work like that, I don't know. But like I guess growing up, and this is a side story real quick. I know we're going on the live, but I guess for me, it was like as a kid, like I hated when they told me to go find something. I don't like to look for stuff. So so as a kid, I was like, I'm going to keep everything neat. I'm never looking for something. So I rarely ever lose something. Like rarely. If I lose something, it's because I put it in a place that it ain't supposed to be in. That doesn't logically make sense. But for me, right? But being super organized, not only that, for me, it's an energetic thing too. Like, you know, in my room, like just it's, you know, if everything has its place and everything's organized, you know, it's just the energy opens up for me in my space, you know, in my purse, in the business. Like if everything is just kind of thrown together, not only are you wasting time looking for that document or wasting time looking for, you know, that email or whatever. Like we even had our BA organized our emails. Like the tab should look a certain way. Like, you know, I know it's a little OD, but it's 3 people working in one space. We need to know what we're doing. And so that saves us so much time if everything's labeled, you know, where we all understand it. Because we sometimes we may say a word and use it interchangeably, but, you know, I don't need to be spending 5 minutes looking for something that you label that's random. Like everything needs to be succinct. So being super organized, having your routine, it creates a rhythm. And also, like, it just opens up space emotionally and mentally. Like, you don't have to worry about wasting time looking for this, or, you know what I mean, being distracted because something's out of place. So definitely stay organized. Like that's.
I want to say as well, like, anyone comment below, like, when is the last time like you seen or you cleared a space and it just felt good? Like
every week.
I know that's definitely every week. Because it's like, and the thing is, like those little things, that's data. That's an indicator. That's an indicator that, okay, this is working. This is clearing. So this is clearing up something. This is clearing up something in my brain. So it's like, oh, now I feel like I can do more. You know? Whenever you experience that, walk yourself through that process. Like really, that's like literally like use every moment as a lesson for yourself. And really experience it, because like I mean, once in a while, when I clearing my clothes away, or when I'm cleaning my desk, I don't know what about you guys. I just feel different. Like even when I first started really acknowledging my calendar and using my calendar properly, changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Changed my life. Like I was like, yeah, if it's not on the schedule, I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah. It doesn't exist if I don't write, and you even in your calendar, in your time, like for me, I need to write it, because when I write it, I'm like, okay, even though I may not remember the exact time or the exact what it is, I know like I got something today, right? But whether it's your digital, whether it's on your phone, but I like to for me, I like to physically like check that off, or I got to put an X on it and move it to a different day, different time. Like that you got to figure out your little what works for you, but definitely be organized as organized as possible in every aspect of your life and business. Devan, talk about your favorite. What's the
but before we go into the fifth one, like if you're looking for any tools to use, like Google Calendar is great. Like Google, if you guys got a Google, like use Google Calendar. They got a nice system going on there. That's what I can say. Like check that out. So yes,
like all things Google, actually, because Google is succinct. Like the calendar, the email, all the things. I definitely make sure you are, using Google.
Yeah, and like even I keep a productivity journal as well. Like so, I like to journal stuff as well as I'm doing it. So it's like I have those aha moments. There we go, journal right there. But at any rate, number 5. Give me high five. High five. Bam. Okay, so high five is take a break. Taking breaks, guys. Taking breaks will allow you to be twice as productive. Now, before I get into my story, let me break something down. Taking breaks, you might be like, what? Take a break? No, I can't.
That's me. And the band love to take a break.
Literally, and it seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? But guys, there's a big but. Okay, that's a big person. But taking regular breaks can literally increase our productivity. Like stepping away from work, it allows our minds, first and foremost. It allows our mind, our body, and our spirit to rest, recharge, and it leads to greater focus and efficient work when we actually return to the work or return to the task. Let me give a great example. Literally this morning, or even last night, Zay and I, we was on a 12-hour workshop call, whatever you call it. We took a 2-hour break, right? 3-hour break, because basically it was with our coach. I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to sleep until I get my plan done with my coach. So I was like, what can I do to maintain myself before I return to this? And I surprised myself. I mean, I was like, literally, I got my frequencies on and then I closed my eyes, some silent meditation for like a good 30 minutes. Just closing my eyes, away from all the light and whatnot. And I was like, one of the goals to be more productive is literally reducing the amount of junk light towards the evening, and really maximizing the amount of natural light. And that natural light you can even put a candle on it or something like that, or just literally just dim everything. Reduce the brightness on every screen you have. Step away for a bit. Once you do that, once you just center yourself, recharge, you're going to be better going forward. Because literally, when I got back onto the call and I was back onto the coaching call, I don't know what happened. I literally shouted at the screen when it was my turn. I was like, hey, I'm here. I was like, where did this come from? What the nonsense? Man,
he's a pretty calm.
I'm pretty calm, but I was like, yo, I came back like some new person all of a sudden. So that's a great example. And literally, even throughout the day, we take breaks. We take 10-minute breaks. I schedule these breaks, guys. I schedule 10 minutes. I schedule 30 minutes. Because you need time to eat. You need time to just unwind. You need time to exercise. You need time. These breaks are important. Because if you keep working yourself, You're just gonna, as they said, what's the phrase? Working yourself to the bone. So you're never gonna be able to even progress if you don't take a break. You just can't. You just can't.
I'm learning the
repercussions.
The brilliant. The what?
Repercussions.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm learning the brilliance of breaks. I guess we'll call it that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Because honestly, for me, I'm like, let me just knock this out. Like, let me just go hard. But the band making me take breaks, and also I ain't gonna lie, like just going like that, it helps with your mood. But also like really just give me your brain time to like not do nothing, like sometimes because I'm always listening to like audiobooks or somebody or something, so sometimes I'm like, no, I just need quiet. I just want to be quiet right now. And it's not doing nothing, like a break of doing nothing, because for me, I used to think like I used to kind of feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not listening to the audiobook during my break, or while I'm eating I have to be listening to something. But it's like sometimes listen to your body. Like some days, like if I'm like on it, like at the beginning of the week I'm good, but like by that Wednesday or Thursday my body's like, okay girl, we've been going hard for these past 48 72 hours, can we please like do a break, but without nothing. Like I don't need to process nothing, I don't need no new information. So really, I would say be present, and every break might be different. Sometimes you may just need a 5-minute break to get up, pee, and drink some water. Sometimes, I may need a 10-minute break or 15-minute break, and I need to go walk around the neighborhood and breathe some fresh air. You know what I mean? It just depends on what the activity was, how intense it was. But then also, like, us being exposed, like the band was talking about junk-like versus natural-like. Us looking at these devices, like, that's why we get to hurry up and I ain't gonna digress. I'm gonna just stay right here. But we get to really just focus on our health, because these devices and exposing them to our eyes and our brain and our third eye and all that, like we get to be mindful of that, and because it's affecting our health. Maybe not now, but what about 20, 15, 30 years from now? Like what we're gonna be looking like because we spent so much time in front of these devices. So really making sure we're being mindful of our health and our tempo. But then also, like, the brain is a computer. Like if you don't reboot or you don't charge your phone up, like our body is like that. But a lot of times we don't treat ourselves with gently or with love or with care. Like, I mean, we didn't come with like an instructions label, but like there's some things that like for us, like honestly, like one thing that we except for if it's a special occasion like yesterday, but one thing that I'm telling the we're finishing work. I mean, work is becoming fun for us because we're like actually reaping, like we're like things are just working out, let's just say that. And so I said the band, but like I have to be done at 8 p.m. like preferably 6 p.m. But like if it's something like that's exciting, or we're like, oh no, we got to push this out, I'm willing to work until 8 p.m. But after 8 p.m., I don't care what it is, I need to cut it off.
Cut it. That's your favorite dance.
No, but no, honestly, like just take a break, like be gentle to yourself, like, and again, like, so let's just use that example. So if your phone dies, no matter how mean you are to it, no matter if you throw it, no matter how you treat it, it ain't gonna come back on until you put some juice on it. And the reason, I'm just for real, because like I don't know, because we treat ourselves so bad because we don't have that little extra oomph. But you need to give yourself, you ain't been sleeping good, you know what I'm saying, you ain't take no break, you in front of the screen all day, like treat yourself, like take a break, be nice to yourself. And man, this was an exciting.
Treat yourself, don't beat yourself.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, we hope this was productive. Why am I not talking right? We hope that this was productive for you. 5 things that we're doing. We also dropped a lot of nuggets in there as well, but 5 things in order to be more productive. We would say, choose one, choose two, choose a couple, whichever one works for you, but try it for like a week, you know what I'm saying? Or just, gradually introduce it into your schedule over time. But also, we want to know, what are you doing to be more productive throughout your day? What's working for you? But try these tactics, y'all, and they seem so simple, but a lot of times we just don't think about them. Any last word, Devon?
Indeed, like literally, if you have any questions, like DM us, like comment below, like which of these 5 tactics are you going to implement to be twice as productive? Do you even want to be twice as productive as well? Like, do you even want to be twice as productive as well? Like, what do you want? Like, you get to start by being clear. You get to prioritize it. You get to delegate it. You get to stay organized. You get to take breaks. Now let's take this knowledge, empower ourselves, and experience the benefits. So don't be afraid to reach out to us.
Hold on, let me try something. Hold on. So y'all know we got
something pop up.
Yeah, so I don't know, my connection was just playing up here because it's raining here. But somebody said, "Oh, this was super helpful." Well, yeah, the hey, money girl. Hold on. Is this working? What's happening?
That's great.
Okay. Well, I was trying to, but it's not. Like, I see the comments on my screen, but it's not showing up right here. I see the comments. So yeah, I see y'all. We gotta play with this technology. But anyway, she said this was super helpful. She said this was helpful. Hey, money girl. Yes. And if it was helpful, definitely make sure you share it. Tag people who are anybody can use this information, but definitely entrepreneurs who are looking to be more productive, right? And just drop your biggest tip that you found that was helpful, and we will see y'all on the next video. I don't know what else to say. I need a better outro.
Yeah, we'll come up with one.
Okay, I'll be seeing you in your booth too. She said, "Hey girl, I'm happy to see you thriving. I'll be seeing you in your booth too, girl. I'll be seeing you. So y'all, make sure you stay tuned for the next video. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Maybe more productivity hacks. And we will see y'all in the next video. Be more productive. See you later. Hold on. Let me make sure I get my cover photo. Y'all know Instagram. Don't judge. I ain't got no shame. All right, see y'all in the next video.